All right, so it's recording. This is what I have for the DXY. We can see that it's in a downtrend right here. I really would like to see this maybe come up here, but now that the market is actually open, I marked this up. Pre-markets, we'll see how it holds at this resistance right here, this daily resistance that I've got marked up. But it did break this daily trend line that I had set up, and maybe even fix this to go right there. So that's a pretty clean break of the trend line. However, I believe that support and resistance definitely trumps trend line. Sometimes I just use trend lines kind of like a directional bias, but they're definitely not the last deciding factor. So this looks like it's just going to come straight down. So this is what I have, maybe down to this support area.
Yeah.
To keep looking for sells on USD XXX pairs, and I would really like to see this break the support right here, come back, retest. You guys know me, break out the Fibonacci, enter off the 38.2, the 61.8. So this is my directional bias for the DXY, and this definitely looks like it has some room to drop. We check the weekly chart. Can you even see this trend line right here? Yeah. So broke this weekly trend line. I could even see it coming back up here and retesting even maybe this area coming up here. But we'll see. That'll take a little bit to play out. For now, my directional bias on DXY is sell. So these are all the pairs that I'm looking at this week. I see a lot of good markups on GA. Treated as nice last week, so we're gonna watch this pair and see if it plays out this week as well too. These are the opportunities that I have marked up for this one. We've got some good rejection right here. You see this little hammer right here and this engulfing. Vic, I know that you hate terms of candles, but that's just what we'll use for now. We break out the line chart. You can see that's forming some resistance. We'll be patient, see if this resistance right here holds. If it doesn't, see it break this. I would like to see it break even this high right here. Oops. And come back, retest, and then maybe even head back up towards this daily trend line that I have drawn. So if we go to the daily chart, you can see I drew from this high to this high right there. And then we've got some confluence on the 4H right here with this resistance and this trend line acting as resistance as well too. So far, I would like to see this drop, but again, if it does break this resistance right here, come back up, retest, this is our entry. If the candlesticks allow us. So AUD USD kind of have something similar marked up. I see this daily resistance right here. This blue is daily. All these black ones are 4H, and my 1H ones are pink. I don't have any 1H ones. That's typically when I'm in the trading week and in the flow and actually can see what's going on with the market. This one, it's got this trend line right here. So if it breaks this, I don't like this rejection, and it's also on a downtrend on the daily as well too. If you look at this, so if it breaks this ceiling right here, I mean, there's a shift in momentum, breaking these little lower lows and lower highs right here. Shift in momentum. If it holds at resistance right here, and I see it coming back down to at least right here because this was a ceiling right here. And then if it does break this resistance, these candles are all messing me up. Again, I would just like to see a break and retest, come back down here. Entries are right on the support. So ceiling, floor, looking for buys. And those are the buys for that. We still have a couple days for everything to play out. Euro USD, I think, is looking beautiful. It looks like the market gapped a little bit and it already covered it up. Yeah, so it gapped down here and then opened up here. Wow, the candle looks weird. But anyways, this is my bias for Euro USD. We're on a pretty good uptrend right here. We'll see how the week plays out. It actually looks like it's breaking this trend line that we have right there. So something just to be aware of. We got this double top right here. We see some rejection. I am a little bit biased on seeing this go up, but I'm not just going to be stuck to buying opportunities. So if I need to reverse, then I see it coming down there, back into this range. It's a pretty ugly range right there. I mean, just with everything. So GBP, I know some of you are in these trades right now, but what I see right here is just a break and retest. We didn't break this high right here, which kind of worries me. I would like to see a clean break and then a retest right above this high. And then, but right here, it looks like we're breaking 4-hour resistance and come back in, finding support. Let me see how that looks. Yep. So clean break, retest. I would have liked it to see it break this high a little bit cleaner with a little bit more momentum. That to me just kind of looks like a fake out and then back into here. So I can even see them coming back into the range on this, coming back down to this area. So this is what I see for this. You see all this just unstructured consolidation. We can actually even put an equilibrium point in this range right here to give us a little bit more clarity. Give me a second here. This. Boom, EQ. So in a range, you have your consistent resistance right here, and then you have your consistent support down here. I always like to mark the halfway point, what I like to call equilibrium. You can kind of see that it kind of comes back to this area. If you guys work with ranges anymore, this is kind of how I trade ranges. I have support, I have resistance, and then I watch how it comes around this equilibrium level. My first take profit, if we're trading a range, would be right here, this equilibrium level. So if we're at resistance right here, I would have taken this trade. First take profit, second take profit, move your stop loss to break even after probably like 23 or 24 pips, just so you're risking nothing in a range. Sometimes trading ranging markets can be a little bit advanced. If you guys aren't comfortable with trading ranging markets, I would suggest not doing that, or at least just back testing it. I've back tested this quite a bit. Works for me if the candles also play out too. I really love this setup back here. We have this little double top, came out of this range and then immediately came back in. And then look, you can even draw this fib right here. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Boom. Almost perfectly right to the 61.8. So look, you'd be taking entries right here. Let's say we'll wait for this candle to close. Let's say that you enter right here. Boom. Take profit at 0 or equilibrium because we're in a range, and then the second take profit could be a little bit up here, so be like maybe like right there. So smacks our take profits. If you're patient, looks like it takes a couple of days, but that's how I like to trade ranging markets if it seems smart enough to trade ranging markets. So right now we'll kind of see what's going on with GJ. I really love this pair. This pair is give me some good returns sometimes. This is Euro CAD. This one kind of looks like it's in a range right now too. Let me step up to the 4-hour. This one, I would still, yeah. So this is what I see on Euro CAD. I see consolidation on the 4-hour. Right here, we can even move this up to here, right there. I like that. And we'll move this. Right there as well too. So you can see 2 taps to the ceilings, 2 taps to the floors. We are in a range now. So with this pair, we will be patient. What I would love to see on this one is the market come back up and test this daily support right here. We can actually change this to blue for daily. Move it right there. Take this. That right there. Beautiful. Cool. Break out the Fibonacci. Right there. Boom, right at the 50% level. I don't like entering off the 50. So maybe see it come back up to the 30. 8.2, or even come up here into these candles, the 61.8. We'll just say the 38.2 right now because I can't predict the markets, nor am I going to try to. And then maybe just head down back towards this weekly trend line that I have, or even the negative 27. Third take profit is going to be the 61.8 or negative 61.8. If the market gives us those pips. If not, that's totally okay. We are in an uptrend in the weekly chart, and we also have this weekly support right here too. So it looks like it's some good support. Mark that. Make this black. Cool. So this is what I see. I mean, even with this uptrend right here, it looks like we can be looking for this to retrace back up here. Keep in mind the weekly chart will take precedence over the daily. But right now we're seeing broken structure on the daily for this right here. Made this higher high right here and this higher low. And then it broke this. So I see this definitely coming up and retesting maybe this area, this zone. This is for EURUSD. So similar thing on GCAD. It actually looks like it's playing out. I had this marked up last week. So we can actually wait for this one and be patient. Break out the Fibonacci, high to low. And it's right at that 50. Like I said, I don't really like the 50, so we're going to try and see something different. Market right here, this candle to that candle. Still right around the 50, so I'm going to be looking for shorts right up in this area. You maybe could take some buys up to there. I wouldn't. That's risky on the lower time frames, but looks like it is got some very good rejection off of that. And if we hop down to the 1 hour, it's broken structure, kind of broke out of this range. If you did take buys on this, I'm not recommending that, but I would see this coming back down to here and then right there. I don't see any pullback in here, so this definitely looks like it needs to pull back. So I see this dropping. And I have a little bit of a bias on GBP pairs dropping this week due to the Brexit news on Tuesday. So GBP pairs, I'd be a little bit careful trading at least until Wednesday. So we'll come back to this during the midweek outlook. And then now we're getting to EURUSD. And so I'll start on the daily chart, and it looks like, oh man, this is just beautiful. So this rejection right here, and then we also broke this higher high and this higher low right now. So we're in a downtrend. So my bias right here is be looking for sells. Get the daily trend line. So now we'll step down to the 4 hour, see what structure is looking like. We're getting some rejection off of this weekly level. Even right now, I would love to see this come back up. And we have 1, 2, 3 taps to the floor to make a floor right there on the daily. So if that comes back up, floor ceiling, simple rule, sell. And then that's my bias for this one. Yeah, right there, 38.2. I'll be looking for sells right in here. And then I'm just gonna check something really quick that Vic showed me. Vic showed me some sauce. Shout out to you, Vic. Guys, if you haven't reached out to Vic, he's been actually one of my first mentors when I got started in IML. No longer with IML or any MLM companies or anything like that, but he's definitely got some cool stuff to show you. So, Vic, I see that. I know you see that too. For specific reasons, I'm not going to give away any of Vic's content or anything like that. If you want to hit Vic up for some sauce, then definitely do that. And so we'll get on to GBP, start on the daily. This one right here, I mean, this is screaming reversal to me. You see this down candle right here, and then this fat engulfing, and then still the flash crash. I mean, sellers were able to push this down how many pips? 220, and then reverse the market back up and still end in the green for 280. So I mean this right here, I'm gonna be looking for buys on GBPUSD that kind of fits in line with our bias on the DXY dropping back down to this zone down here. And then if we see a break of structure, retest, boom, down there, break out the Fibonacci, whatever, if it comes to here, 50%, 38.2, entry, make sure the candles light up. Whenever I'm looking for entries, I always wait for candles. Just because price comes to this and it broke and retested does not give you confirmation to sell the currency. You guys have to watch the candles. You guys have to watch the candles, what they're doing, because if it comes down here and finds support and it just decides, it finds weekly support or something right here and it just decides to shoot all the way up here and you take sells right here, that's just going to smack your stop loss. So you guys have to be looking for candles that are going to be reversing. So the other thing, a lot of people enter off of dojis. Doji candles, you have to realize that doji candles are indecisive candles, meaning that it's a period of consolidation. So I can so this candle right here, all this candle was doing on a lower time frame is just bouncing back and forth, right? So this right here does not tell me that this is good to buy. Even though we can see that it's good to buy, I would still wait for this bullish engulfing right here, and you could even wait for it to pull back because it always does. Break even the Fibonacci on this candle, this one candle right here. Look, came back retest almost perfectly to the 38.2. Look, that little area right there. We go down to the 4 hour. And look at that. Now we draw the Fibonacci on the 4 hour, drop from the bottom to the top right here. Boom, literally almost perfectly. Almost perfectly. Comes down, creates support, creates an equal low. Right there. Look at that. Entry, stop loss at 78.6. Take profit at negative 61.8. You can see that it smacks that and then continues to just keep going up. So if your entry was right here, you would be risking, what is that? 36 pips to make 80. This is the DXY too. You don't really trade that, but anyways, kind of just some value for you guys. This one, I just see this coming back down, this rejection off of this resistance right here. We have 1, 2, 3 rejections from this, so I see this definitely coming down to the 94.98 area. So back to GBP, uptrend, break of ceiling. This one is the high that I would like it to break, which it actually has done a very well job of. And actually it's coming back down to retest. We had this little retest right here. Would like to see it come to 38.2 area. So love to see this drop down a little bit and then look for entries at the 38.2. Wait for the candles, like I was saying, because it could even come down to the 61.8. If we still don't see reversal candles to see that it's going to keep continuing up, then we don't take the trade, because then it'll be a shift in momentum and keep going down. So right now my bias would be exactly this. So I actually marked this one up last week too, break, retest, enter off the 38.2 or the 61.8, and then take it for the 0%, the negative 27%, and the negative 61.8%. Those are beautiful Fibonacci levels. Euro JPY. I know you guys talked about this with Nick last night. It looks like it's actually finding resistance right here and dropping. So I could even see it coming down here. I'm not sure what Nick talked about with you guys. I would like this to see, I still would like to see this floor be tested right here, but it doesn't have to, and then drop. So step down to the lower time frame on the 4 hour. I still see that we are in consolidation. If you look at this, it's just bouncing back and forth. So no clear direction. I would, for me to be entering this pair for any sells or buys, I wouldn't I think there's better setups. I would be patient on this pair. I would need to see it break these lows and retest. And for me, so here's one of the setups that I have. Come break, retest down to this low. If not, I would like to see it come up. Do this fashion, and then on the lower time frame, this is my main setup on this pair. Right there. I really love for entries right here. That'd be something special. So the reason why is because if we go to the daily chart, I mean, this right here, the structure is playing out perfectly. The first low, lower low right here, first higher high, or higher low rather, and then this one is creating a lower low and then a lower high on the structure right there. Take the Fibonacci, high, to the low. It's the 78.6. I really don't like entering off the 78.6, so maybe what we could do is just draw it from there. Simply just draw it from structure. Yeah, we're still at the 78.6. Not my favorite setup in the world, but we'll just see how that plays out. And then USD JPY. I haven't looked at this pair. This is a markup from last week, so this is not current anymore. But the same thing. We're in consolidation right now. Let's see. That, and then I also see this as well too. Step down to the 4-hour chart, and you can see that we are in consolidation. Check that out. Look, 2 taps to the top, and 1, see, 1, 2, 3 taps to the bottom. So this one is still in consolidation, just ranging back and forth from 107.74 to 108. So we're in about 100 pip range right now in USD JPY. Again, I think there are better setups than just that one. This one structure is getting a little bit messy. Looks like it's coming up to create an equal high right here. My bias is still in a downtrend. You can still have equal highs in downtrends and uptrends as well too, equal lows, everything like that. As soon as structure breaks a higher high and becomes a higher low, so ceiling floor, then I'd be looking for buying opportunities. So I will post this recording to YouTube. I appreciate you guys hopping on. If you guys have any questions, I actually do have some free time right now, so if you guys can, we'll go ahead and open it up to you guys. So let me stop recording.